thanks to the veterans who have served and sacrificed for our freedom. If you could give your undivided attention and stay respectful, that would be very much appreciated.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, please place all cell phones on silent or turn them off. Our ceremony will begin shortly.
Tilt down too, please. Keep tilting. Perfect. Tilt down just a little bit. That's good. Stand by, camera 3. Keep following. Keep going. Yep. Camera 3 allow. Keep following. Tilt down just a little bit, camera 3. There you go. Camera 3, you're still live. Camera 2, follow her. Zoom out. Camera 3, go back to her.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cadet Sergeant Babtu, and on behalf of the Kenwood High School JRTC Black Knights Battalion, I would like to welcome you to our 2025 Veterans Day program. Today, we are gathered to honor all of those who have served or are currently serving around the world in our armed forces. We are also here to honor the soldiers, sailors, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and airmen who have served and who have died on the battlefields through our nation's great history. Before we continue, please direct your attention to the JRTC Elite Black Knight staff. Battalion Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Haley McCoy.
Tilt up slowly.
Command Sergeant Major Magnolia Bracey.
Stay on the shot.
Battalion Executive Officer, Major Lyric Walters. Battalion S3, Major Semilogo Alinari. Battalion S1, Captain Kira Cotterman. Battalion S2, Captain Bailey Sanders. Battalion S3 Sergeant Major Tiansen Zhao. Battalion S4, Captain Isaiah Morris. Battalion S5, Captain Jasmine Hunter. Battalion S6, Captain Bryce E. Shook. Battalion Historian, Captain Bryce Ruger. We will now begin the presentation of the 5 service flags, including the Kenwood High School JRTC flag. I'll be followed by Cadet Staff Sergeant Kendall Holmes, who will be presenting the flag tributes.
Camera 2, you're still live.
I was born on June 4th, 1775. I was created by the Continental Congress and was the first commanded by General George Washington. My standards have flown in every war and conflict in which this great nation has been engaged, and I continue to defend our great nation. My official birthday is June 3rd, 1784.
Get a touch on the crowd.
I am the flag of the United States Army. Born on November 10th, 1775, I too have defended this country in every combat operation since
Stand by
birth.
camera 3.
My vengeance is swift, powerful, and relentless.
Stay on that
My
shot.
presence in America and vast around the world displays our nation's desires for peace. I am
Stand by
the
camera
flag
2.
of the United States
So you're live.
Marines.
All right, zoom in close on the flag.
My birthday is October 13th, 1775. My ships have sailed on every major body of water on our planet.
Tilt down.
I control the ocean and defend this country by projecting the most powerful naval force ever assembled. My official
Stand by
birthday
camera 3.
is March 27th, 1949. I am the flag of the
All
United
right, we're
States
just about to
Navy.
alternate between these shots.
Even though I am the youngest of our military services, I am powerful in flight. I patrol the air with the most diligent air service in existence. I support our ground forces from the air and maintain a vigilant control.
Stand by camera 3.
I was born of the Army Air Corps. My birthday is September 18th, 1941. I am the flag of the United States Air Corps.
Camera 2.
My mission is to defend the coast boundaries of our great country. I was born on August 4th, 1990. Even though my primary mission is law enforcement, I am prepared to defend this country against any intruder that threatens our nation's coast.
Stand by
I am the flag of the United States Coast Guard.
Take 3.
Born on July 4th, 1776, with our Declaration of Independence. I am the most recognizable symbol on the planet. My colors bring hope to those who befriend us and fear to those who would harm us. My stripes show the beginning of our country, and my stars show the growth of our country. The blue field shows the great strength of our nation and our resolve to forever maintain our freedom. I am the standard, Old Glory, the stars and stripes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the flag of the United States of America. Please rise for the presentation of the national colors. The singing of the national anthem by Cadet Corporal Zariah Suda, the posting of the colors led by First Sergeant Soto.
Yeah, get the colors walking out. Then camera 2. Yeah, stay where you're at, camera 3. You're live, camera 2. Stay with him, stay with him. Yep. Stand by 3. Take 3. Stand by 2. 2, you're live.
Oh, say, can you see by the night's early light what so proudly
as tight as you can on the formation. Keep following camera 2 if you like. Camera 2, you're still alive. Camera 3, can you get the... Take 3. Camera 3, you're still alive.
I'll be
Back on
followed by the
speaker, camera 2.
battalion commander.
Good, zoom in. Tight as you can.
Today, on November 6th, we observe Veterans Day.
Stand by 2.
We are gathered here to pay respect to the unbroken line of men and women who did not turn away from service to their country.
Shot.
It may be possible to count the number of times America's military has been called to defend freedom throughout the world. However, we will never know how many crises have been avoided because tyrants understood that America's armed forces were prepared to defend our freedom and the freedom of others around the world. There are 15.8 million veterans in the United States. Of those, 1.7 million are female veterans, and 8.1 million are over the age of 65. This special group of Americans are called veterans. We honor these outstanding individuals today by saying thank you for your service. I'll be followed by Cadet Major Lyric Walters.
Stay on that shot, Coach. Camera 3, can you pan to your right and get the JROTC instructor?
On November 11th, 1918, World War I officially ended on the 11th day of the 11th month.
Keep going. All the way.
What does Veterans Day mean to you? Is it the sacrifice of millions of American lives for freedom?
Them 2 gentlemen
Is it the endless pursuit of world peace? Or is it simply just another day?
as tight as you
Many people confuse Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Both holidays were established to recognize and honor men and women who have worn the uniform of the United States Armed Forces. Veterans Day is a day to recognize, thank, and honor all of those who served and are still serving honorably in the military during wartime and peacetime. Today, we acknowledge their contributions to our national security and their willingness to serve in the military and sacrifice for our country. Arlington Cemetery, the burial site of the unknown World War I soldiers, became the national symbol of dignity and respect for veterans. To honor these veterans, symbolic of all Americans who gave their lives in all wars, the Army unit, known as the Old Guard, kept a 24-hour vigil at the tomb of the unknown soldier. In 1978, a law was passed for the observation of Veterans Day on November 11th every year on the 11th hour.
sitting down.
A combined color guard from all military services honored the unknown by executing present arms at the tomb. This national tribute is represented by the laying of all presidential wreaths, followed by the playing of taps.
Okay.
I will be followed by a battalion commander.
Camera 2, you're still on.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I have the honor of
Stand by,
introducing
camera
our
3.
speaker for today's
Take
Veterans
3.
Day program, Monique Thomas. Captain Monique Thomas was raised in Nashville, Tennessee, and enlisted in the United States Army Reserves in August 10, 2022. She completed basic combat training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, followed by advanced individual training at Fort Lee, Virginia, where she qualified as a 92R parachute rigger in 2013. Captain Thomas joined ROTC at Middle Tennessee State University, earning a Bachelor of Science degree with a minor in military science, and was commissioned as a Quartermaster Second Lieutenant in December 2014. She then attended the Quartermaster Basic Officer Leader course at Fort Lee, Virginia, graduating as a distinguished graduate. Following her successful completion of the Basic Officer Leader course, Captain Thomas was assigned to the 861st Quartermaster Company in Nashville, Tennessee, where she served as a parachute maintenance platoon leader. Her responsibilities included overseeing platoon operations and ensuring the proper maintenance of all airborne life support equipment to meet the mission readiness
Stand by,
standards,
camera 3.
thereby contributing to the operational effectiveness of her unit. She subsequently assumed the role of detachment commander at the 344th Tactical Psychological Operations Company in Austin, Texas.
U.S. Southern Command. Most recently, Captain Thomas served the United States Central Command at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida, where she managed media production and assessment campaigns throughout the Middle East, Central Asia, and portions of South Asia. She currently serves as the Future Operations Officer for the 19th Psychological Operation Battalion in Austin, Texas. Her military honors include Parachute Rigger Badge, Senior Parachutist Badge, Pathfinder Badge, Joint Service Commendation Medal, 2 Army Reserve Component Achievement Medals, National Defense Service Medal, Army Service Ribbon, Army Reserve Component, Overseas Train Ribbon, and Armed Force Reserve Medal. I would like to welcome up our guest speaker, Monichon Thomas.
Camera 2, you're still live.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I want to begin today by recognizing all those among us who have been a part of the great brotherhood and sisterhood we call the U.S. military. Our veterans, active duty service members, guardsmen, and reservists. To each and every American who has worn the uniform of the United States Armed Forces, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. To those veterans here today, your service and sacrifice represents the best of us and the best of America. We salute you and appreciate the great cost that often comes with serving. Let's also take a moment to acknowledge those families who have helped to shoulder the weight of the war and the burdens of sacrifice. To the mothers, fathers, spouses, and children of our military men and women, thank you. As we approach Veterans Day this upcoming November 11th, it is a time we remind each other to stop and say thank you to those who have served. Those simple words are important, but they are just the beginning. I encourage you, whether civilian or veteran, to dig a little deeper, ask questions, listen, take an interest in the experiences and sacrifices of those who allow us to live our own stories in a country that is safe and free. Doing so is more powerful than you know. Let us also take a look back at our nation's history. Without the veterans of the American Revolution, there would not even be a United States of America. Without the veterans of the Civil War, who fought on either side for what they believed in, the strong, united America we know today might never have been possible. Without the World War II veterans, we might not be living in a country, in a world, where freedom of choice or the right to vote no longer exists. And without those who fought the war on terrorism, we would still be living in constant fear, or simply without freedom. All of our veterans, past and present, have protected our democracy, our freedom, our way of life. Without our veterans, we wouldn't be where we are today. Without veterans, we wouldn't be able to reach where we could be tomorrow. Let us also remember we have a public responsibility to take care of our veterans. Some of the best ways to honor our veterans is to take an active part in maintaining freedom in America, teaching future generations what it means to be an American, volunteering in communities, taking care of families of veterans, voting in elections, and continuing to ensure veterans receive necessary care combating issues such as veterans' homelessness or veterans' suicide. Ours is a country filled with promise for tomorrow because of our history that is shaped by those heroes. Thank you again to all the veterans. God bless you all, bless our veterans, and bless the United States of America.
I'd like to welcome you back up to the podium once more. On behalf of our Corps of Cadets from the Elite Black Knights Battalion, we'd like to offer you this gift. Thank you for those powerful words. As we continue to remember our veterans today, members of the Elite Black Knights Battalion will provide a brief history of our servicemen and women's years of selfless service for the nation. I'll be followed by Cadet Staff Sergeant Holmes, who will inform me about World War I.
Stand by camera two. Take two.
World War I, from 1914 to 1918, also called the Great War. It was a global military conflict that revolved nations of Europe, Russia, the United States, the Middle East, and other regions. This conflict had a major impact on the history of the 20th century. The war ended with the victory of the Allied powers in 1918. This year, 2025, marks the 107th anniversary of this war. Since then, we have lost all of our World War I veterans, but their memories are still strong. If there are any family members of veterans from World War I in the audience, please stand and be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. I will be followed by Cadet Staff Sergeant Zhao, who will inform me about World War II.
Stand by camera two. Take two. Camera three, if you could just kind of get it.
The instability created in Europe by the First World War set the stage for another international conflict, World War II, which broke out 2 decades later and would prove even more devastating. The most destructive war in all of history. Its exact cost in human lives is unknown. World War II ended with the defeat of Japan in 1945. Currently, there are 66,143 World War II veterans. If there are veterans or family members of veterans from World War II in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. I will be followed by Cadet Private First Class Mosley, who will inform you about the Korean War.
The Korean War, also known as the Forgotten War, began June 25, 1950. As a civil war between two rival Korean regions, on July 27, 1953, a ceasefire agreement was signed ending the Korean War. The most famous representation of this war in popular culture is the television series MASH, which was set in a field hospital in South Korea. Currently, there are 1.2 million Korean War veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans from the Korean War in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. I'll be followed by Cadet Private First Class McCoy, who will inform you about the Vietnam War.
The Vietnam War occurred from 1964 to 1975. The Vietnam War began in 1954. It was a long, costly, and decisive conflict that pitted the communist government of North Vietnam against South Vietnam and its principal ally, the United States. The conflict was intensified by the ongoing Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. The war ended with the American withdrawal on April 30th, 1975. Currently, there are 610,000 Vietnam War veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans in the Vietnam War in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. I will now be followed by Private First Class Gutierrez to inform you about the Grenada conflict.
In October 1983, President Reagan deployed U.S. forces to liberate the island of Grenada and set free medical students that are being held hostage by Cubans. This operation was also known as Operation Urgent Fury. Today, people of Grenada celebrate October 25th as their Thanksgiving, a special day to remember how U.S. military rescued them from a communist takeover and restored constitutional government. Currently, there are 7,600 Grenada veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans from the Grenada operation in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Please give our family members a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. I'll be followed by Cadet Perez, who will inform you about the Panamanian conflict.
On December 20, 1989, President Bush delivered a state address regarding the situation in Panama. He announced General Noriega's reckless threats and attacks upon Americans in Panama created an imminent danger to 35,000 American citizens in Panama. The goals of the Panamanian invasion were to safeguard Americans in Panama, dispose Noriega, uphold the Treaty of the Panama Canal, and make Panama safe for democracy. Noriega was caught on January 3, 1990. A democracy of sorts was returned to Panama. The integrity of the treaty regarding the Panama Canal was upheld, and the Americans were removed from harm's way, even if they never were in danger. Currently, there are 27,000 Panama veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans from the operation, just cause in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. I will be followed by Cadet Private First Class Cadet to inform you about the Gulf War.
Operation Desert Storm and Operation Desert Shield, the Persian Gulf War, also called the Gulf War, was triggered by Iraq's invasion of Kuwait on August 2, 1990. Egypt and several other Arab nations joined forces to the military buildup known as Operation Desert Shield. The war ended with the collision victory and Kuwait was liberated. Currently, there are 5 million Gulf War veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans from the Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be followed by Cadet Second Lieutenant Mahaney, who will present the Somalia War.
The United States Army has a long tradition of humanitarian relief. The United Nations Security Council approved a military mission, Operation Restore Hope, led by U.S. Marines to form a multinational force to ensure aid was provided to the civilian population. No such operation was proven as costly or shocking as Somalia from August 1992 to March 1994. Currently, there are 27,000 Somalia veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans from the Somalia conflict in the audience, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. I will be followed by Cadet Private First Class Matzabal, who will present Operation Iraq Freedom.
The Iraq War, also known as Operation Iraq Freedom, began on March 19, 2003, with the United States invasion of Iraq. The war ended on February 2009 with the withdrawal of all combat troops. Currently, there are 1.5 million Iraq Freedom veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans from Operation Iraq Freedom, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be followed by Staff Sergeant Lopez, who will present Operation Global War on Terrorism.
The current global war on terrorism began in 2001 by the United States and the United Kingdom with support of other countries. The official purpose is to eliminate Al-Qaeda and other militia organizations that would do us harm. As long as these organizations wish to do us harm, our service members will continue this campaign. Currently, there are 3 million global war on terrorism veterans. If there are any veterans or family members of veterans from the global war on terrorism, please stand to be recognized. Please give a round of applause to our family members. I will now be followed by Cadet Major Olinair. At this time, the Black Knights Battalion would like to recognize the Kenwood High School faculty and teachers who are veterans. Teachers, please stand and come forward as your name is called.
Just kind of get them. They're going to come from
Sean Woodcock served in the Army for 3 years. While in the Army, he refilled tanks and helicopters, achieving the rank of E4.
Yeah, follow him and zoom in. To the right, to the right, to the right.
Patricia Duarte served 8 years in the Army. While in the Army, she was a medic, achieving the rank of sergeant.
Stand by 3. Zoom in, follow.
Mark Kromick served 4 years in the Army. While in the Army, he served in infantry, achieving the rank of specialist. Leilani Carl served 2 years in the Army. While in the Army, she was a military intelligence analyst, achieving the rank of private first class.
Stand by 3.
Sam Tolson served 5 years in the Coast Guard. While in the Coast Guard, he was a boatswain's mate, achieving the rank of petty officer first class. Melvin Taylor served 12 years in the Army. While in the Army, he was a logistics officer, achieving the rank of major. Robert Clark served 10 years in the Navy. While in the Navy, he was a combat medic, achieving the rank of petty officer, second class. Kamika Lindsay served 8 years in the Marines. While in the Marines, she was a food service specialist, giving her the rank of sergeant. We also would like to recognize our cadre instructor staff. Lieutenant Colonel Hugo Jackson served from 1987 to 2009 in the United States Active Duty Infantry, achieving the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. First Sergeant Derek Austin served from 1990 to 2017 in the United States Army, achieving the rank of First Sergeant. Sergeant Major Aaron Keener served from 1983 to 2010 in the United States Army, achieving the rank of Sergeant Major. Please give a round of applause to our staff. Thank you all for your service. Faculty and veterans, please return to your seat. At this time, we would like to recognize our guest veterans in the audience. Please stand to be recognized. If you're unable to stand, please raise your hand. Members of VFW Post 4895. Member of VFW Post 11160. American Legion Command Sergeant Major Gary W. Crisp, Post 289. Clarksville, Tennessee Military Order Purple Heart. In Tennessee, Kentucky, Line Chapter 9th and 10th Horse Cavalry Buffalo Soldiers. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause to all our veterans. I will now be followed by Lieutenant Colonel Haley McCoy.
Our final remembrance celebration for our veterans centers around those men and women who died in defense of our great nation. We refer to them as prisoners of war and those missing in action. Today, we have Cadet Celia to help us remember the fallen and the missing.
Stand by camera 3. Take 3.
Those who served and those currently serving in the armed forces of the United States and abroad are ever mindful that the sweetness of enduring peace has always been shaded by the bitterness of personal sacrifice. Let us not forget that while we enjoy our daily pleasures, there are others who have and may still endure the misery of pain, hardship, and imprisonment. At this time in our program, we would like to pause and honor our prisoners of war and missing in action. We call your attention to the small table, which occupies a place of dignity and honor. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They are referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them comrades. They are unable to be with their loved ones and families. So we join together to pay humble tribute to them and to bear witness to their continued absence. The missing soldiers' table is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner, alone against his or her suppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single red rose in the vase signifies the blood they have shed in sacrifice to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. This rose also reminds us of the family and friends awaiting their return. The red ribbon on the vase is for the thousands who demand, with unyielding determination, a proper account of our comrades who are not among us. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless fallen tears of families as they wait. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us at this time. The chair is empty. They are not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors. To open arms of a grateful nation. The American flag reminds us that many of them may never return and have paid the supreme sacrifice to ensure our freedom. Let us remember all of our fallen service members and their comrades who will never rejoin the ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifice. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise for the playing of taps.
Zoom all the way out, camera 3. Sorry, zoom all the way out. Zoom in just a little bit. You gotta get that bar in. Shine it right there. Stand by 3. Take 3.
I will be followed by Cadet Private Burton.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the military branch service songs played by the KHS band. We ask that each veteran and service member stand as their branch song is played. Will the veterans and the soldiers of the Army please stand?
Stand by camera 3.
please stand.
Everybody stand up. Go back to the speaker again. Stay on the show. Stay right here.
Please be seated. Will the veterans and the sailors of the Navy please stand?
Number 3, can you bend left just a little bit? Yeah. Stay by the Yeah, bend this part. Yeah, right here. Stay back here. Stand by 3. Alright, you go back to the speaker.
Please be seated.
Stand by 2.
Will the veterans and the airmen of the Air Force please stand?
Stand by 3. Yep. Stand by 10.
Please be seated. Will the veterans and the seamen of the Coast Guard please stand?
Stand by. Or stay. Okay. And you go back to the speaker.
Please be seated. Thank you, veterans. I will now be followed by Command Sergeant Major Bracey.
Just a little bit.
Please give a round of applause to the Black Knights Battalion Cadets for their awesome tributes to recognize and honor veterans. JROTC is a cadet leadership-driven program, and the Black Knights Cadets have worked hard to make this ceremony a success. Thanks again to our guest speaker for your inspiring words. Last but not least, to the KHS administrators, faculty, and custodial staff for their continued support. To all of our veterans, we salute you for your service, dedication, and sacrifice. May God continue to bless all of our veterans and their families. As we continue to celebrate and honor veterans this weekend, the Black Knight Cadets have and will participate in 4 Veteran Day programs. As we celebrate Veterans Day, let's remember those veterans who have served our great nation. God bless you. I'll be followed by Cadet Major Walters.
Lastly, may the following cadets please come forward. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Haley McCoy. Cadet Captain Kira Carter.
Just on that.
Cadet Sergeant Major Tiansen Zhao.
That's good.
Cadet Staff Sergeant Maribel Lopez. will now be presented to our distinguished principal here at Kenwood High School, as well as our direct Army instructor, Colonel Leitner, by our three-time national Raider coach, Sergeant Major Keenan.
Black Knights, we want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for the support, confidence, and all your unwavering sacrifices. And the result of that, you have your Black Knight Raider team would like to present the 2025 Mixed Raider Champion, National Champion, to our principal and our district Army instructor. Who, at this time, thank you, sir, for your support. And on behalf of your Raider team, we present you the 2025 Raider National, #1 in the nation trophy. Black Knight, give a round of applause, please. Now give a real round of applause, You're Black Knights. Thank you very much.
Stand by 2. Perfect. Good job. Stand by 2. 2, 2. Can you, just zoom in on that group, camera 3. Stand by 3. Tilt down a little bit. Take 3. Stand by 2.
Thank you all, and I will now have closing remarks from our principal.
Tilt up.
Congratulations to our Black Knight Battalion on bringing home the national championship. We are so proud of all of our Raiders and all of our JROTC cadets. We are blessed here to have the best staff in the county, in the state of Tennessee, and that includes our wonderful JROTC instructors, Colonel Jackson, First Sergeant Austin, Sergeant Major Keener. So we're so grateful for all of the love and discipline and words of wisdom you instill in our cadets every day. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for our wonderful student body for being so excellent today. We appreciate you. We have the best students in the county. I firmly believe that. We love each and every one of you, so give it up for yourselves.
The people on the floor and the JROTC kids in the back. Keep it up.
The Kenwood community would not be anything without our parents and guardians. So please, please, please give it up for our parents who are here with us today. And thank you to all of our veterans who joined us for the Veterans Day Assembly. We are so grateful for you. Thank you to all of you. This time, I'd like to turn it over to Colonel Jackson.
Again, thank you all so much for attending our 2025 Veterans Day program. Please give it up to our staff and our JROTC Black Knights Battalion. And again, thanks to our leadership and admin team, and the teachers and our custodial staff for really being 100% behind this organization. Half the things that we do, we could not do it without your generous support. And to all of our JROTC parents, would y'all please stand? All of our JROTC parents that are here. And the other part of our success is due to our parents standing up, grandparents as well, that continue to be the wind underneath our wings. So again, thank you all so much and enjoy your day.
You're now dismissed back to your classes.